The video you're going to watch afterwards is actually a presentation that I did on Zoom to a group of young people. And the aim of this Zoom presentation was how a young person can begin the journey to achieve financial freedom. And because it is 1 hour long, this presentation, I actually divided into two, which is there's a part one and there's a part two. So part one is talking about how you can manage expenses, and part two, which is how you can increase your income. Now, for a young person starting out, what is it that we need to do to get the money, the seed money, to buy investment vehicles that will give you passive income? Well, we can start with what you have now, which is actually you have your salary and already you have your spending pattern. So the idea is that to lower down your spending so that you can have money, seed money, to start buying these investment vehicles. And so this presentation that you see afterwards is actually talking about certain ideas, certain tips on how you can lower your expenses, lower your spending. So watch it to the end, yes? And don't forget to subscribe and like this video.
So the topic for today is actually says, how do I effectively manage my expenses? That's the reason why I thought it's good for us to start with expenses rather than try to think about income. Okay, I think that for us, for a start, for a lot of us, this is the best way for us to start in terms of managing our finance, by managing our expenses. Problem is, a lot of us is we think that we just want to earn income, earn a lot of money, and but we didn't know at the bottom there there's actually a lot of holes leaking. And so that's why I thought it's good for me to start with expenses first. Yeah. So first of all, in terms of how do you manage your expenses, you must know where you are spending. You must know how much you are spending, because a lot of us, unfortunately, you just dive in. I'm going to ask you all, how much are you all paying for your handphone stroke internet? Does anybody know? A lot of us don't know. Because it's auto deducted or something like that. Or so I'm gonna ask. So now you prepaid as well. You don't know how much you're loading up every now and then. You roll up $10, $10. You don't know how much you're loading up at the end of the month. So you must know at the end of the day is how much you are spending. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I have later on during the break I will share this what I call a personal finance statement. I will share in the chat. I will give you a download link for you to download this. No problem, one. So the idea is that it is the whole thing. This statement will give you the whole to do exactly what is happening in your life in terms of money. Talking about, because at the end of the day, you want to know what is your net monthly. Okay, if you see my mouse, right? Okay, you must know your net monthly cash flow. At the end of the month, how much is coming in, positive or negative? This one, a lot of us rely on a credit card, and therefore we cannot see this so well, because we are just paying the next month. The next month we don't know. So this particular statement will help you to see what is your net monthly cash flow. At the same time, you also want to know what's your net worth. Okay, the idea of a net worth is that let me tell you, a lot of us are in negative net worth. Are you aware of it? Especially of those of you who buy new car. Okay, especially in the first year, second year, the chances is that a lot of you are negative net worth. Okay, negative net worth. Why? Because you go and check you go to muda.com you go to all this, you'll see that I lost so much of my car. So that's something that you probably need to do. So today, I'm just going to focus on one quadrant for this particular section, which is talking about monthly expenses. So this particular quadrant, I'm going to share with you so that you can see it for yourself. Okay. So this is what it is. In a big form, so you can see what it is. So what I want you to do is, when you have time later on, after the talk, right, go and start writing it down. All how much money you're paying for your taxes, because some of us maybe we don't have this. For our boss, so our employer, right, doesn't auto deduct our tax. We have to pay tax by ourselves. So this goes in there, that amount that if you have to pay by yourself one, right? Then credit card statement. This credit card statement is those money that we, a lot of us, we take interest-free loan. the credit card will try to entice us to 6 months, 0% interest-free loan, installment plan, whatever, okay, from your credit card. So here again is the way you put it in, and you'll put it all down. I won't go into details, but this is something that you have to put it down. And of course, some of us say, like holiday, right? Holiday is also there. Entertainment is already there. The reason is so that you know at a month, every 1 month, how much is coming in, how much is going out. In this particular case, how much is going out. But today I want to focus on mainly a few. But before I talk about the one that is very, very important, I want you to look at your subscription. Please look at your subscription, because a lot of us don't know what we subscribe to. We have, I know of friends, right, who have multiple internet subscription. One for the handphone, one for the iPad, one for at home, and then another one just in case something happens to my main line, a toggle, a toggle. So actually a lot of people pay a lot of money on your subscription for your handphone. And not only that, review the plan of your handphone. Because why? Because a lot of us, right, our handphone subscription, we may be paying maybe $100, $148 for an unlimited call, unlimited internet access and things like that. But actually, fact, you go to the market, right? There are cheaper ones. Sorry, I'm not going to tell you which brand. Go and do your own research. There are cheaper ones. My wife currently using one that is no limit on calls, no limit on internet plan, and it is less than 60 ringgit. Okay, less than 60 ringgit. So you plan review, because those are money that's leaking out from your life. That is, every month you're paying. So you say, 20 ringgit, 30 ringgit, not a lot of money. Sorry, 30 ringgit a month is in a year is 360 ringgit. No, that is a lot of money. Okay, so please be aware of it. Okay, first one. The second one that you need to be aware of is your insurance. A lot of us, insurance is something that agree. We should have insurance, but a lot of times insurance we overpay. I know of someone, okay, who pays, how much they pay for insurance alone for 1 year? More than 100,000. And it's just, this person is struggling because why? Overcommitted. Insurance is something like that. So you have to be aware of all this, okay? Now the one that I want to really, this list is not complete, by the way, not complete. So you can add on your own. That's why I have one more, so other expense. Can you see other expense at the bottom there? Right? Currently, maybe all MCO don't have problem, but can you see the ang pao there? At your age, right, you have a lot of friends getting married. So this is the saman. The saman come. Ayo, big, our pocket, very big hole. So again, put it in. Put in this. That's why I put it ang pao. Then also some of my friends are having birthday. Wow, good friends birthday. The gifts, the presents are there. Yeah. So remember to put all this in there. It's not exhaustive, but I try to put as much as possible. Okay, but the one that I want to focus on in terms of expenses, right, is actually in this area. Your home mortgage, and also your home and your car. Your home and a car, for a lot of us, in terms of paying for it, right, many of us will probably pay as much as 60-70% of our income, our salary goes into this. So I need you to look at it. Because it is a lot of money, 60-70%, the rest 30% of your tusa. So I want you to look at it. I mean, some of us committed already, so no choice. But those of us who are still living at home with our parents, this is where you'll be aware of it. Must be aware of it. Okay. So now the home, right? A lot of people ask me, what should be my starter home? What kind of house should I buy in the beginning? A lot of us have this idea that, I want to buy that palace, I want to buy that forever home. Sorry, it's not going to happen. Okay. Why? Because why? Because the moment you save enough money to pay the deposit, right? Sorry, the house, the price went up already. The price went up already. So you cannot chase enough. So what happens is a lot of us, what I want to do is that to know that what actually happened in reality is that every one of us over time will change our home, right? Every statistics saying that we change our home every 5 to 10 years. Why? Because of circumstances changes. So beginning, like for a lot of you, maybe you get married, no children yet, then okay lah, a small one-room apartment cukup already. Okay. Then as children come along, baby, still okay lah, still can do. But as they get older, ayo, it is just near my work, but not near school. I want to find one near the school one. Okay. Then you change house. You upgrade. Then I say, ayo, they're getting older, they need to have their individual room. Okay, expand some of them, have more rooms on. And then that's what happens. But as you get older, like coming to my age or even 60 years old, your parents' age, what happens is when you move out of the house, then what happens? They will downgrade to a smaller home already because it's difficult to manage cleaning the house. So I said, don't ever have this idea that it will always be a forever home, the first house you buy. Because when you do that, you'll burden yourself into a lot of trouble, and then you'll be struggling and struggling and struggling. So this is something that you need to be aware of, okay? Okay or not? Okay, everybody? Okay? Okay, Okay, very good. Okay. Yeah, I like some response. Okay, I'll just give you a scenario. Car. A lot of us drive very, very fancy cars, okay? I'm just going to use Myvi as an example. Okay, if you have bought a Myvi when it launched in November 2017, it is at around 51,500. It's a 1.5 Myvi, right? Yeah, you're okay? I'm talking about this. Okay? Okay. So what happens is if you buy that price in November 2017 at 51,500. Yesterday I did a check in one of these website, right? That value of the car now is 36,000. Okay, that you have bought is 36,000. Then what happens is your car in the 3.5 years, 3 years and 7 months, right, has depreciated by $15,000, and that's a lot of money. And if you want to put it into perspective, say, $15,000. Actually, every month, you are losing nearly $370. That's how much you are losing every month. So which means, right, some of us say, I want to pay rise. This is one of the potential, right? If you are getting a even more expensive car, you drive a Honda, a non-national car, then what happens is you'll find that you will struggle and you will struggle and you struggle. So this is something that you need to watch out for. I have a friend, right, who decided to buy a recon BMW 7 Series. Okay, BMW 7 Series. What happened was he bought the car initially at 350,000. Recon 7 Series. Then what happens was 3 years time, the car was giving problem already, so decided to sell it off. How much he sold it off for? He sold it off for 200,000. So for that 3 years of holding that car, he lost 150,000 just on depreciation alone. Don't talk about maintenance and stuff like that. So which means, right, every year, right, he lost 50,000. 50,000, and that's equivalent to about 4,000 ringgit a month. So you want to have a pay rise, right? You have to pay $4,000 extra now. So if you buy a cheaper car, therefore you could actually a 2,000 ringgit pay rise. Don't have to go to the car. So this is something that you need to watch out for. I have another a friend of mine, right? He bought a nice. We advise this person not to buy this car, but they managed still want to buy. In the end, they buy it for how much? So every month, right, 1/3 of the salary goes into the car alone. Don't talk about house. The car alone, 1/3 of the salary. How to go ahead like that? So you need to be aware of Yeah. Okay. So if you have this car, right, and therefore, right, your monthly expenses, it's on the screen. I'm not gonna go detail. Trust me, your monthly expenses, if you are doing toll, 100 ringgit a month toll, possible or not? I don't know. What about petrol? 200 ringgit a month, enough or not? I don't know. You can maintenance, 600 ringgit a year, enough or not? You can make your own decision. You those of you who own car, some of this is I actually make it too low or too low. But even then, your monthly to just this MyV is nearly $1,000 a month. That's the expenses you're paying. Some of us never thought of it. So that's why just be aware of it. Don't go crazy. Though I'm retired, you know the conversation. I retired, right? So what car do I drive? Well, I just sold my 16-year-old Honda City. Just sold. And what am I buying now? I was hoping to get my Proton Saga. Less than 40,000 ringgit. That's what I'm buying. Okay? That's what I'm buying. What's my wife driving? Well, my wife just sold off a 15-year-old Telisa. And she's going to get her Asia. Get 30,000 ringgit. So that's how we are living. To keep our lifestyle lower, the idea is that if you want to have all these toys, even the commerce, make sure you have the asset or the passive income to finance this kind of thing. That's very important. Okay. Now, the other thing that is, I'm just go very fast now. For young people, for those of you not married yet, okay, be aware of your wedding expense, because it's going to cost you a lot. Because you will get this idea that it's once in a lifetime one. No, you must have once in a lifetime. Let me tell you how much will be the average you're talking about. Okay. Yeah. If you can see on the screen, in 2013, right, the average wedding price, wedding cost, right, is 50,000 ringgit. Okay. So it's not cheap. And then what happens is, you'll have to pay all this, because a lot of us maybe say, got ang pao ma. Sure, not ang pao can cover. So what I'm trying to say is that you have to be aware of it, right? Be aware of it, because a lot of us go into debt. But you get married, get to debt, so much problem at home. I already got, starting a new relationship, different way of living together, and then you got to get to debt, just to pay for your wedding. So just be aware of it. Just be aware of it. Okay? Now, okay. This is enough for me. 2013, by the way. Today is different story. Today is different story. Okay. Now let's come back to this thing. What I want you to do is take this chart. You do this for 3 months. You list it down, all these things for 3 months. Why? The idea is that because certain months you had to pay certain things, and then certain months don't need to pay. So you have a lot of ups and downs. So by doing an average of 3 months, you will actually have you will know your pattern. Okay, I know you know your pattern, your spending pattern. Okay, so this is very, very important to know your spending pattern, no? Because by doing you know your spending pattern, your habit, then you know what to cut, which one to cut, right? And by doing that, you will develop your own personal budget already. Okay, that's very, very important to know how much is comfortable for you. But some of you will find that you probably spend more than you take in your income, so you really have to cut some of the things that we're talking about. Okay, now I want to share with you one of the methods which will helpful at the end, the next session. So I'm going to start it now here so that you get it what I mean. Right? A lot of us, when you say, how do I have money for investment? Because I don't have enough money at the end of the month. Tak cukup, not enough money. No, I don't have enough money for savings and things like that. True. So we have this concept called pay yourself first. So when the salary comes in every month, you must allocate everything out first. You must allocate already. Don't go and wait until the end of the month. Example, right? You must first of all already allocate money for savings. Okay. Second thing that you have to invest, you have to allocate is for investment. Because if you're not, you say you will never have enough, because at the end of the month, your hand get itchy, during the month, your hand get itchy, you want to buy, nice bag, want to buy, nice shirt, want to buy. So nice shoes, want to buy. So we get all these itchy things. But if you have located all into different piggy banks, it could be different accounts, bank accounts that automatically do a auto transfer to all these accounts where you don't have chance to touch one. This is very good. Okay. Then of course, others meaning you want to allocate money for your holidays. Yeah, allocate money for your holidays. So this is where you put in others. But the more important one is actually this one called tithing. I think as Christians, when we meet face to face in church, right? A lot of times every week we put some money, our hand put into the offering bag, right? with the offering bag. And what happens is, but first week no problem, second week no problem, third week no problem, then fourth week got problem already. But tak cukup money, not enough money, right? So that's what's happened in terms of tithing, right? But if you remember, the Bible says, right, that it is first fruits, okay, first fruits. That means at the very beginning, the moment you get the salary, 10% go out already. It is taken out of your salary, straight away go into your into the offering already. This is what I do with my daughter, by the way. Just practical for those of you who have children, right? My daughter, normally for us, we give pocket money for children when? Sunday night, correct? So that Monday they can go to school, right? No, I give my daughter their pocket money on Saturday night. Why? So that on Sunday morning, I give weekly, by the way, my pocket money. So on Sunday morning, they can take the 10% and put into the offering bag. So at a young age, I inculcate the kind of thing that you get a salary, the moment you get a salary, the next day go into the offering bag already. So this is something that we can do, okay? So I want you all to think about that. Then of course, only then, just now whatever that your pattern, your personal budget, only then you will spend it. Because our people like us, right? The more we let's say we get promoted, things like that. What happens? Every time, let's say today your salary is $2,000. You say, yeah, very tight, not enough money. But I can tell you a lot of people who are getting $10,000, they also say the same thing. Very tight this month, tak cukup money. Why? Because we upgrade our lifestyle as we go along. So the idea is that once we are comfortable with certain lifestyle, cap it. The rest of the money goes into investment, goes into savings, so that you have enough money to invest.
Do continue to watch the second part of this presentation on how to increase your income, and the video is right there.